Today, in this episode of podcast, it's just going to be you and I because here I'm going to answer all the questions that you have sent me as direct messages on several social media platforms. And let me be very honest with you. Today, I'm planning to open my heart, show the real me in front of you because this 10 years of journey in fashion wouldn't have been possible without your support for our brand. You guys mean the world to me. So let's straight jump into the questions and then I'll give the answers as honest as possible. Trust me. So the first question is, if you have to summarize your 10-year journey in fashion in one word, what would that be? One word. I think change would be that word. Because, if you see my life journey and the professional journey in many perspectives, change will be the right word because let me explain. I got into the field of fashion because I changed the country that I was living in. I moved from India to China and I changed the profession that I was in already. I was working for television and radio, and because I moved to China, I had to become a fashion designer. So change happened there first. And after I became a fashion designer, I moved to different countries and my priorities were very different. Just like every other fashion designer, I was attracted towards red carpets, stars, runways, and everything. But slowly, those priorities also changed. Now, my purpose and my passion is towards something else. You know that. You guys follow my journey, right? So, there is a change there as well. And what I want out of this journey is also change. Change in the mindset of people, change in the mindset of fashion brands. So, change is the word, guys. Right. Next one. Ma'am, I'm in my final year of fashion design. I want to start a fashion brand after graduation. Give me some advice. First of all, congratulations. You're soon going to become a fashion designer, and I wish you good luck in everything. But if you want my advice about starting a fashion brand as soon as you finish your graduation, I would say wait. Because entrepreneurship may look very exciting, very fancy from outside, okay? But it's not an easy journey. It's a roller coaster ride. I keep telling this in several forums. Whenever I mentor students also, I keep telling this. It's not easy because, you will not have a boss. There will be no teacher to grade your work and there is no boss to set deadlines. And you will have to have extreme discipline to wake up, to sit on work on a certain time, and then you do the work. It's not easy. And you may not get rewarded as soon as you deliver a work. Because, for example, when you are in your fashion school, if you have written an exam well, you will get the grades immediately, right? And then you feel happy about it. You see the results of your hard work immediately. When you are an entrepreneur, the first 5 to 10 years will be just watering the seed and you'll be wondering why it's not sprouting. It's like bamboo. It will be spreading its root downside, which we will not see. And you need to have that patience. Also, when you jump into entrepreneurship as soon as you finish your graduation, I'm sure everyone will make a lot of mistakes. Even I made a lot of mistakes, and those mistakes are very expensive to make. Fashion is a volume business. It's not a, simple math. I would ideally suggest you to work under someone for a few years, learn from them, and then go on your own. That would be the smart thing to do. All the best for that. Dear Vino, you're designing, podcasting, speaking, writing, traveling. Your life seems very exciting to me. Where do you get the energy from? My life seems very exciting to you, huh? Okay, yeah, I'm very happy to do different things in this lifetime. It is very exciting. I am living a very happy life, but it has its own challenges because my business is very different. For example, take my business travels. My business travels are not in business class and I don't stay in fancy hotels. Generally, whenever I go on a business trip, I travel on muddy roads. I travel by town buses. Sometimes I even travel by bullock carts to meet the weavers in remote villages. I sit on the floor. I eat whatever I get to eat. I drink whatever water I am given. And, I sweat. I get migraines. It's not easy. Last time, for example, when I went on a business trip, I got bad food poisoning and I was puking a whole day sitting inside the hotel room. Even that happens. And why I'm still doing it, where I draw the energy from, meeting those people from the grassroots levels humbles me. I don't know, somehow I feel that I'm going back to my home. It is grounding. The same time, when I went on a trip and got food poisoning, there were a bunch of weavers, women, who came and met my husband. They said, like, you better take care of her well. Otherwise, you will have to answer us. We will question you. And all. Like, they feel like you are their family, right? And that gives me a lot of energy to keep doing this again and again. Keep going on these trips again and again. And, rest of the things, podcasting, writing, meeting new people, public speaking, all those things are extra avenues through which I bring more smiles to these people. So that gives me a lot of energy. If I have to put it in a single sentence, where I draw energy from, people. That's the answer. Aha! I like your bandana style. I want to know why you chose to wear them. Good that you noticed. Actually, I speak about finding one's personal style a lot. So I was introspecting and trying to find my own personal style. Okay. So when I had to create a mood board for myself, who am I as a person? I'm someone who came from a small town and I'm into fashion. I have an architecture background. I'm an artist as well. And I work with a lot of artisans and I travel a lot. So these are all the traits, right? So if I have to come up with a style for myself, and mostly when I talk on camera or when I meet people in person, when I'm podcasting, the frame is only until mid-level. So whatever I have to convey about myself with my looks has to be only in this range. So something has to happen only in this area, right? I thought bandana kind of summarizes everything. The fabric, the organic cotton I'm standing for, the weaves, who I am, the grounded feel of the fabric kind of speaks about me. And tying bandanas kind of gives a very artistic vibe also. There is also a functional aspect to it. Because I travel a lot, as I told you, to villages, I sweat a lot. This kind of helps me from sweat coming onto my face. There is no bad hair day. I need not color my hair. I hate coloring my hair. I don't want to put chemicals on my hair. Tying up bright colored patterns and fabrics around my head kind of brightens my face also. That I realized. Considering all these aspects, I chose to wear bandanas and I've decided to collect fabrics wherever I go and wear them as bandanas. Smart choice, no? Dear Vino ma'am, I'm studying in year 7 in Dubai. I heard you speak in my school 2 years ago. I really liked your speech. I want to become like you. What should I do? Aww. This just melted my heart. If you want to become like me, I assume you want to become a fashion designer like me. First, I would advise you to study well in all the subjects that your teachers are teaching you in school. Also, if you want to become a fashion designer, I strongly advise you to get immersed in the world of art. Don't just follow fashion. Fashion belongs to a bigger universe called art, where there are other forms of art like, performing arts, sculptures, murals, paintings, architecture, theater, music, everything comes under the universe of art. Even literature, poetry, everything is art, right? So don't just follow fashion. If you want to become a fashion designer, follow the whole art universe. Visit galleries, go for operas, watch musicals, immerse yourself in the world of art. And when you apply for universities, they would want to see your portfolio. So slowly start to build your portfolio. And if you are seeing something new and you're really attracted towards it, try to apply it in your portfolio. Try to apply it in your work and see, and try to improve on top of it. Most importantly, always never shy away from learning. There is nothing wrong in not knowing things. And when you don't know something, there is nothing wrong in going and asking people what it is. Okay? And most importantly, be a kind human being. And all the very best. When are you going to design for men? The question came with 4 N's and 3 question marks. So, when am I going to design for men? Several people ask me this question, including my family. I think I should start designing for men as well. At least, I think I should start designing unisex garments first and maybe slowly get into complete men's fashion. Maybe in 2025, I'll try doing that. I'll have to discuss with the team and I'll have to come up with a plan. But because all you guys are putting a lot of pressure on me, I'll do that with lots of love. I'll do that soon. 2025. Okay? We know you are traveling a lot. I see you are a busy woman. How do you manage your family time? It was very challenging when I had a school going son and we kept moving countries, right? So it was very challenging to manage my work, family, school schedules, everything. But now that my son has gone to university for the past 2 years, I've slowly raised the intensity of my work. So I started podcasting, I started traveling a lot, I started working with many different groups of artisans. So I've slowly started increasing the intensity. But it's not easy, really. But in our family, every project is a family project. It's not just my work, it's our work. If it's my husband's work, it's also our work. It's my son's work, it's also our work. So we do everything as a family. And when the family is involved and when they know what you're doing, when they understand the purpose behind what you're doing, it becomes a family project. Whatever purpose I am working towards, it's not just my purpose, it's the collective purpose of the family. And we work towards it as a family. So when my son is around for holidays from his university, he joins to our trips. And my husband is my photographer. All the pictures that you see on Instagram and website of our brand, it's all shot by him. My son works as an assistant director to me while directing the shoots. Sometimes he's even a motivational speaker. When I feel down, he's the one who comes and gives me pep talk for everything. We stand together as family. And so managing work time and family time becomes easy because the borders are already blurred. Hello, why is your brand expensive? $1 million question. Okay, let me explain. A few decades ago, there was nothing called organic, right? Nothing was branded as organic. And nothing was expensive because they were branded as organic few decades ago. But now, you can see that organic rice is expensive than regular rice, right? Why? Why is it so expensive? It's the same reason why sustainable garments are more expensive. That is because they are organic, from the fiber level, they are certified, and our garment workers are working only for 8 hours, and their welfare is being taken care. We are doing fair trade. Every price, every tax is being paid. And we strive to be more and more sustainable as the journey is moving forward. So obviously it will be expensive. Convinced? Hi, of all the fashion weeks you have showcased, which one is special to you? Okay, every runway is special to me. I'm not being diplomatic. You know why I'm saying this? Whenever I showcase on a runway, I make sure that the collection is inspired by my roots or the collection showcases the artisans behind the brand. So every single runway that I have showcased has a story behind it, which is very close to my heart. So I cannot choose that, this runway was very special. No, everything is very special. Say, for example, the Shanghai Fashion Week runway was inspired by kites. Flying kites was very close to everyone's childhood. We all have a nostalgic attachment towards that. And the New York Fashion Week collection, the embroidery of it was done by the Little Flower School in Chennai. Buoyancy, the collection that I showcased in Brooklyn Fashion Week, was inspired by Chennai floods. That said the story of the city which made me who I am. That is also very close to my heart. And the latest one that I showcased on London Fashion Week was inspired by the ancient art form Terukuthu. We even performed Terukuthu on the runway. That is also very close to my heart. So which one can I choose? You tell me. Every single runway that I showcase, I make sure it is meaningful and I showcase a piece of my heart on the runways. So everything is very, very special to me. Hey Vino, how is it to be a sustainable fashion designer? Not easy. but it is my chosen path. You know, every single aspect in this business is tough, starting from sourcing, finding the right suppliers, finding ethical manufacturers, convincing the customers to pay the price. Everything is tough. And you know, we are selling garments and we are preaching minimalism. And when the world is going too fast, we are asking them to slow down and relax. This is not easy, right? You are going against the grain, you are swimming against the tide. It is not easy. But I would say it's like meditation. It's tough, but it's satisfying. Hi, Miss Supraja. I follow your work on LinkedIn. I like what you write there. Thank you very much. I would like to know the unique challenges that you face as a woman entrepreneur. I promised you that I'm going to be really honest here. It's just me and the camera inside this room. So let me open my heart and tell you. This is all my personal experience. It may not be the same for everyone. Let me tell you the truth. From what I have seen in my life, a man's business is considered more serious than a woman's business. And women have to accommodate a lot of things for the family in spite of her busy schedule. Say, for example, a man can decline a family gathering because he has a meeting, then he would be considered as a busy person. But when a woman declines a family gathering for a meeting, she's considered rude. It's not easy to balance family and to run a business, to be an entrepreneur. But you know what? When the priorities are being set right, and when we learn to say no to certain things, and we start to develop a thick skin against the comments that are being passed against us, when you shield your inner self from the outer world, I think we can just be focused and we can do wonders in this world. Be it man or woman, I think saying no and shielding from the external noise is very important to succeed in any business. Which country likes your work most? Okay. So all my collections have stories from my life, and most of my life was in India. So people from India tend to relate to my story a lot and they appreciate my work. But if you want to talk numbers, where I sell the most, Dubai is the place where I am selling the most. And we have just entered the Singapore market. So we have to wait and watch how it is evolving in that market. But you know what? In all these countries, convincing the customer is the toughest part. That story remains constant. The same customer who doesn't mind to spend a lot of money on buying luxury brands hesitates when it comes to paying an extra penny for sustainable brands, paying an extra penny for the welfare of the artisans, for an ethical brand, but convincing them and make them understand and get them buy a sustainable brand is a tough job. So that remains constant in all through the world. Okay, interesting. Why are you not designing for film stars? We want to see our favorite stars wearing Vino Supraja. So sweet of you. We are working towards a purpose. I don't believe in running behind stars just for the sake of becoming viral or for paparazzi coverage. Personally, I am not for it. But if there is a star who understands our values, who want to stand with us for the values that we stand for the people that we stand for the philosophy that we stand for, we'll be more than happy to dress them up. But just again, for the sake of becoming famous or popular, no, yeah. And you know what? You are the stars of the brand. I think a customer is really the star of the brand. And you know what brings me more excitement than seeing a star on a red carpet or on a runway wearing our garments? Spotting someone in a mall or in the airport wearing my garment, wearing our brand, that brings super excitement. That is the star that I am seeing that day in a random place, and seeing the real people wear the garments brings me great excitement. And you guys are the stars. But as I told you, if the stars, the film stars, are aligned to our philosophy and if they want to support, we are more than happy to dress them. Hi Vino, I've been observing your journey. Where do you see your brand in the next 10 years? We are working towards spreading awareness about sustainable fashion. We are working towards the welfare of the people behind the brand. We are working towards grassroots artisans. And if you ask me where the brand will be in another 10 years, in another 10 years, we would have gathered more smiles and more hearts. You know what matters the most? More than how many people are wearing our garments, how many people are understanding what they are wearing and what they are standing for when they wear our brand, that matters the most. And I think in another 10 years, we would have achieved that. That's it, folks. Thank you so much for listening. Thank you so much for sending your questions. They really mean a lot to me. And I try to be as honest as possible to you because your support means a lot to all of us in the brand. And without your applause, without your cheering, you are our cheerleaders. And please continue to do that and be those amazing people as always. Thank you. Thank you very much. Love you guys. See ya. Bye bye.